Molly's she's making her way up the fence line. Hey, trying to put my rubber boots on. I'm going to show y'all what I have in the back of my truck. Just a few minutes. But first, I've got to go out here. I just talked to Bree when she called me just now. And wanted to tell me that she was going down to snip that fence. I wanted to take a tape measure, and I don't have one laying here. That's about like me. When I want one, I don't have one laying around. Right on my face. I don't know what I've done with my phone tripod. After the flood, oh my gosh. Everything's gonna be the flood. After I lost power, we lost power last week. Or we're going in week 2. So many things were like, you know, you're living in a different way. Does anyone have a tape right here? Yes, I do. So I have, like I have a metal gate right here and right here. I'm gonna see. Hold on one second. I heard Dustin and Dad talking. Waiting for them chickens to go through the gate. And Dustin said for me to put any of my stuff out in that pasture where Bree's horses are. I'm like, okay, thanks, Dustin. I said thank you. I don't necessarily need it right now. We've had so much grass. So much rain. Our grass is thick. I mean, look at this mess I'm walking in. Grass is thick right now. Now, when we get them droughts, a little bit more pasture would have been good. But I wasn't going to necessarily push to put anything in there because I knew that Bree had, you know, worked so hard, and she put fertilizer down, and I don't see her out there. I thought that was her I heard moving around. I still got this tree I haven't pulled out yet. Anyway, so I really wasn't messing with it. I know that at some point, whenever Buddy and Steph decide to get Elora a horse, well, even a horse can't live in that pasture only by itself. It just can't. And Buddy and Steph's horses, well, cows lay down. Cows lay down and they're done for a while on eating. Horses, this gate needs to be reworked. Well, this whole back fence is going to be going away when I move the fence up. The thing is with horses don't stop. Horses eat all day. They never stop. And they eat the grass down to the dirt. Cows do not do that. So she'll, at some point, this field back here behind me, is Molly in there? No, Molly's right here. When they decide to get her a horse, eventually the horse will have to use this field too. She'll have to, because like I just explained, horses will eat it down to nothing, and they'll eat it down fast. You hardly ever see horses laying. Horses are eating all day. Cows lay. Cows sleep at night, and off and on throughout the day they lay. Horses don't. Oh, you may see a horse rolling around or something, but unless there's something wrong with them, most of the time horses won't just lay down. So anyway, but regardless of all that, yesterday, or a couple days ago, Bree asked me, did I want to let my goats and Molly up there in that pasture, up where her horses are, because I'm not needing grass. I mean, y'all can see I don't need anything right now. Look how thick this mess is. But she said her horses and goats will never be able to eat all that because it's been fertilized. And I said, sure, that's great. I said, you know, Dustin had said I could put them up there, but you put so much effort into fertilizing and all that, I didn't want to impose on you. And she said, no, they're not going to be able to eat all that. So this corner over here, right behind me, this corner right there, all where that little H brace and all that cluster fencing is, There's a piece of wire right there, like a cattle panel, that when Billy was coming up into this pasture, that's where Daddy opened the gate to let him. It's not a gate, it was just a piece of fencing Dad took down. And he just put a cattle panel, leaned it up there, and when he was done using it, he pulled the cattle panel back. But I told Bree, let's do it on this side where she's at now. Hold on. She's very interested.
I'm kind of busy.
She's oh! This one's
He's gonna take it down for us. I didn't know what kind of wire was over here. I didn't realize it was so thick.
I think it's just your top and bottoms that are that thick. The middles ones are not. Huh, baby boy. Everybody, so what's going on, Mom? What are y'all doing? Meeting up at the fence.
Hello.
Carter. Hello.
Molly, I need just a little bit of space.
She's so interested. Look at her face.
I feel like she's about to just barge through here as soon as the last string is cut.
She won't. All right, as you drive, I'll shake and they'll stay here.
Just let me get through the gate.
All right, get going. See you later. Molly's she's making her way up the fence line. Yeah, this works out really good. They'll have access to this field, and it won't interfere with Bree's horses or her goats. My goats and Molly won't interfere with her. I told her to put it on this side. That way she can close that middle gate right up there, and my goats and Molly cannot mess with the... Hi, baby! They can't mess with the stalls. So that's where we're headed right now. I have a 5-foot fence, or I can buy like a real fence. Gate. I meant gate. But none of this is going to be a 5-foot section, I don't think, so, unless maybe down by that pole. That might be a good spot. Because there's that pole, that real pole. Hi, baby girl. And then later I can put a gate there, and if we ever need to close it, we just close it.
Oh, you better watch out.
No, ma'am. Slow down.
My word. You can't regret Molly.
Molly's come up on me.
What are you looking at me with crazy eyes for?
She says, what are y'all doing?
Let me in there.
Yeah. You gonna open that?
She's smacking her lips. She said, that looks like good grass over there. Okay, right at this post.
That scared her. She jumped when you did the brake. Yeah, I think so. So we're gonna cut it back right here.
Well, it doesn't look like it needs quite much cutting, Kim.
Is it all? Oh, yeah. They've already been pushing on it. But I think cutting it at this post gives a solid post to put a gate on. It's really cute. The horses, Molly, I wish I had it on film. She was out in the middle of the pasture, but she was hopping. We were laughing, me and Bree were laughing, like how, you know, I said, that looks like me. You can't hardly get off the ground, but she's going to try to be happy and hop. But they were all perked up, ears alert, staring at her. It's like, I told Bree, it's like they're looking at her like, is that a horse? Is that what is that? She's different. She's not one of us. But she's making that whole fence. Look at her looking. I'm over here, Molly. Yes, you got to come back to the opening. She's so pretty. But what I was saying was there was several pictures of these different cows they had for sale. And she I screenshot her picture, then I circled her with, you know, how you can circle. And then in my comment or my question back to her, to the owner, and it was a dairy. I said, is she still available? For some reason, she stood out to me more than the other ones. And she said no. And it almost broke my heart to the point that I just said, okay, thank you, because but I told Mom, and I said, I guess we can still drive down there. What's the hurt in driving to see? You know, she's still got 3 other ones. And when I started walking up, when we got there, it was freezing. I mean, it was a freezing day. And pulled in, and I could see all these dairy cows, you know, across the back of the property, and this big barn. Then she had another small building off to the side. Well, it wasn't little, but it was, I would say it was probably about the size of maybe like the barn dominium over here. I mean, it wasn't a tall barn. It wasn't tall like that. It was more of a flat roof type barn, but it was big, but it wasn't a barn. It was a building where they did all their milk, getting their milk ready, put it in bottles, you know, that stuff, the producing of it, or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, right close between, let me show her that she can come back here. She's looking at me like, am I forced to stay here, or am I going to be allowed out? If she'll just hang with the goats, the goats will bring her right back to this opening. She'll find this opening. I'm probably overreacting. Molly, I just want you to know it's right here. Look. Molly, right here is the opening. You can come back through right here. Anyway, there was this little like doghouse size. I could walk in it, but I'm only 5 foot, but it wasn't very tall. And these 2 calves stood up and looked out. No, one stood up and one was laying in the doorway where it could see out anyway. And when I opened the gate to walk into that little yard, this lady right here was the one that stood up and looked at me, and she met me across the middle of the yard. And when she turned sideways and I seen her side, I was like, that's the one I wanted. She told me she sold her. And here she is. So praise God, she was not sold. I keep coming across these old bricks. Throw them off toward the corner. So she was not sold. God left her there for me, and she came home. Now, if y'all remember, 2 days later, Daddy thought she was on the onset of pneumonia. She smells some of those treats. They're right here. Molly, they're right here. Molly, they're right here. Look. Hey. That's right here. They fell down right here. Anyway, I nursed her, and Daddy gave her shots every day and penicillin, and I gave her B12 and some. Don't come up on me too fast. Oh my gosh. He's like, put that finger at me, I'll just go the other way. Anyway, she was, for a day or two, just so lethargic, wouldn't move, wouldn't get up, wouldn't do anything, and I babied and I babied and I babied. And I loved her, and she's so pretty. Hi, beautiful. I'm surprised. I guess it's all new, so she's just checking it out. That she's just not grazing and being happy grazing, but she's just walking. But let me tell you what this has done. This is like one step closer to getting it fixed. So any more floods that we have, Dad will bring his into this field. They will come right on down here. If you can see the ground, you can see it come down. It comes down here, but then it's high here. I've got a high section here. Actually, this fence is supposed to be further back than this. I'll show y'all where this fence is supposed to be. And we were going to redo this fence too, and we never did it. I'm going to zoom in on that post, but I got to get past this low limb on that tree. This post right here has a red ribbon at the top of it. Can y'all see that? So this is the corner right here, this H-brace. This is my corner here, but my corner is actually supposed to be right there. So if this fence was gone and the new fence tied on right there, it would go up. That tree right there would be on my side. The fence would run basically between this little tree here. Somebody's going to say, your finger caused me to have problems, because I sure had that comment already. My finger messed up their way they could see. This tree here, the fence would go between it and this tree where Dad's bee box is. That fence would hook there and go right there, and it wouldn't stop here at this fence. It would actually go, it goes all the way. I mean, this is my line here, this whole fence. It would go all the way to Lester's fence, and it would be about, Molly's right there. It'd be about that post, or that post would be straight across from it. There's a rod in the ground at my property line on Lester's side, right next to his fence. When they come out, when you're doing fences and when they do surveys, they drive those rods in the ground. And then when they come back to do a survey line, they bring those metal detectors and they find that rod, and so they know that's a corner. So anyway, that corner over here would come all the way across this pasture, and it would hook to that corner right there. And so actually some of my property goes up in there a ways, but we've never redone the fence. One day we will get this fence redone. But what I was saying was, this allows now Dad's cows, our goats, our Jakes, or anybody else's, they could come right, would come down, and then all of his animals could be in here. And then eventually, when I fix the gate right there and run a fence up through my side of my yard, they would all filter in and go all the way to the front where that new, where the new lot will be for floods. Now, if we don't have anything high, it really all depends on whether we need to open those gates back, but I don't think we need to wait. So if he finds it to the point that he feels like he needs to open the back and bring them to this pasture, then we might as well open and bring them into this pasture. That way, when it comes across and gets where this pond is, we need to make sure that gate will be open, not that one, but there'll be a new one. Make sure that little gate will be open, and they can make a beeline up through my backyard in a little, it'll be a lane. It'll be like a lane that they walk through all the way to the front. So anyway, Bree said I had a duck on eggs, and she showed me a picture. I was like, that's not my duck. I said, but she will lay them and she will bring them to my pond, because she always says, I think the geese bother her when she has babies. I don't know if it's the same mama, but I think the geese bother them when they got babies, so they just bring their babies here because nobody's messing with them here. Anyway, this is going to be a long video. I'm going to get on back up here. I want to show you what I have in the back of my truck real quick. I got sidetracked, so I didn't show you what's in the truck, so that'll have to be another video. I don't know if any of y'all noticed, when I was in this video at the beginning, when I'm coming off the deck, what is going on right here? Oh, when I'm coming off the deck, you can see that canopy. A cat jumped down off the roof onto that canopy. I guess they were expecting, it was a Gandy. I guess she was expecting that to be like, I don't know what she thought, like it was going to be hard, like when they jump, because they jump from the house, they get on the roof of the house, and they'll jump like at night when I'm fixing to feed them, or in the morning because I feed twice a day. There'll be one or two on the roof, and they jump from the roof of the house to the carport, and then from the carport they jump down on the back of the vehicle, or if they can't get to the vehicle, they jump down to the ground from the carport because it's not as high as the house. Anyway, I just happened to be coming out on that porch, and I heard one of the cats on the roof, and all of a sudden she jumped onto that tarp, and that canopy, and she pushed the middle of it down. And when she pushed the middle down, or at least a section of the middle up there down, I didn't fix it right away. because it was sort of lightly raining, and then the rain came and just filled that that place that she sort of pushed in. It filled up with water and it broke. So I don't know if they're supposed to be. I'm assuming a canopy would be waterproof, and I guess it did hold. I mean, even though it broke and it was hanging downward like that, it was making like a, a hole in the center. Not a hole, but like it was like a bubble in the middle. It was holding all the water after she pushed it down. She went like a crazy cat trying to get off of it. Anyway, I was trying to pick that up when I come in. When I said I'm going to show y'all what's in my truck. And then I come up on the deck and thought, well, I need to clean this up right now. It's just fixing to start raining again. And I don't want it to hold any more water. And then I got wet. And then it did start raining on me. And I'd sat my phone down on the table, on the picnic table. So I just got my phone and came on in the house. So now I'm just sitting here with Levi and building this video, and I never went back out. So I will show y'all what I've got in the back of the truck maybe tomorrow when I go back out, because it's nasty out there right now. So anyway, I'm gonna finish this, get this built up for y'all. Really cute things of Molly and the goats out there. So I love you guys. God bless y'all, and I'll see you later. Levi, want to tell everybody bye?
Bye. He said he killed his brother instead.
I know. He said he killed his brother. Well, no, he didn't kill his brother.
Well, that kid on the movie.
Oh! What's his name? The bad guy?
Luke Plummer.
Luke Plummer killed Ringo's brother.
Yeah.
It's a movie, guys.
My guess is
Stagecoach?
He's a man that killed his brother.
Yeah, he is. Stagecoach, guys. The 1980 one. It's got Johnny Cash in it.
You got Johnny Cash in it.
And Waylon.
killed his brother
Johnny Cash with Jimmy in it.
And who else?
in Plummer's testament.
Willie Nelson. Chris Christopherson. It's got them all in it. Stagecoach. Alright, love you guys. God bless y'all. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.